We're live. Not 100%. Not 100% sure. Top chat, live chat. Why would I want just top chat? Participants. Oh yeah. All right. Wait. I think that they would make this a little bit better. Well, hey, nobody. Is there actually some way for me to see on here that there are people? I usually have more screens than this. Well, maybe on YouTube it's easier to see. Oh yeah, live now. Can actually go in and see that. Yeah, updating live, 0 views. All right, well, yeah, we'll keep it here so I can actually see myself. Hey me, let's. I was live earlier, and then I got this. I thought I had messed up so that there was probably no audio, but it turns out that there absolutely was audio. I was just an idiot. So anyway, I don't know the other video. The other video was like, I don't know, it was like 15 minutes. I thought I was like 15 minutes where I was just sitting here just talking and no you couldn't hear me at all. But turns out you could. And in the other video, I was just about to open a beer. So, but actually, it's still pretty cold. It is super hot here. So if you're wondering why I'm sweating, which I was actually sweating more on the other. I've been sitting here messing around with this. You know what? I'm gonna put this back because it did get a little bit warm. So I'm just gonna put this back in the fridge. We'll get to it maybe in a little bit. I'm just gonna crack. I'm just gonna crack into a good old Uhlense Pilsner. And we are gonna drink it out of, you know what, we're just gonna drink it right out of the can. I had my trusty Stein here. We were gonna do some Stein beer drinking, but I'm just gonna drink this right out of the can. I can grab my Bell's koozie here off to the side. Problem with koozies in Europe are that the cans are not quite this. This is my Bell's Oberon koozie. Problem is that the cans are not quite the same size. They're just slightly shorter here in Europe. So you can see here on my new hand. Well, look at this. I can just show you. You can just see that it just. Whoops. That stupid bolt. So you can see that it just becomes slightly annoying too. I get kind of just a little bit of neoprene down at the bottom there, which isn't cool. Because of course American cans are 12. What are they? 12 fluid ounces, which is like 380, 400 milliliters, wherein this is 330 milliliters. So you gotta do a little bit of finagling. You gotta just stick it up there a little bit, but you know it still works out okay. So what was I gonna be doing in the other? I was gonna be I bought a new scale, so I'm gonna be opening that up. I'm just gonna go grab it. And actually, so with this new streaming setup, so the whole reason I was making the other video was I was testing this new setup out. It's because I switched to, again, I don't know if I'll put the other, you know what, whatever. I explained it in the other video. Maybe I'll put that out too. Maybe I'll just stitch these together. But we can move now. Which, now that I think about it, I actually don't want to move. So that was stupid of me. I will just bring this over here. Look at that new scale. So I used to weigh grains with used to weigh grains with, I think the reason, oh yeah, that's right. I used to just have a regular kitchen scale, which was round, and it was really suboptimal. I had to have these little buckets to weigh the grain on, and yeah, that kitchen scale went into the kitchen because our old kitchen scale broke. So cool story, bro. All right, let's open this up. So this was just like so it's a package scale, obviously. Digital shipping scale with 2 weighing ranges. What does that mean? Oh, okay, so it can do between... okay, 0 to 20 kilograms is within a 1 gram, and then after 20 kilograms, it's within 2 grams. That's pretty cool. It was pretty highly rated, obviously not for brewing, because you can get those food scales. Like, I looked into the ones that are like made for like weighing like grocery store scales or like industrial like food scales, and I mean they cost like, God, they were up in the like thousands and thousands of kroner for the like really nice ones. Even the not nice ones are still a couple grand. So that's like what, $300, $400. This one was, I bought it on German Amazon. I think it was like €50. So yeah, like $50. Pretty highly rated as a package scale. But again, I mean, I don't ever go, like my grain bills, like my biggest grain bills are never going to be much over like, 9 kilos. So I mean, this goes all the way up to 40. Jeez, look at the print on that. Look how small that is. I'm about to turn 40. I can't read that. All right, let's get this thing out. Yeah, basically what I'm doing today is there's my power brick, some Shoko goodness. Knock the camera. There we go. So the other reason that I bought this is because, the display is separate, and it has, I've knocked the camera all cattywampus. Is that there? That's about straight. And it has, you can see on the back, it has mounting brackets, and it's got a decently long cord, and of course it's just like telephone wire. Oh, so you can't see that. So I can pretty easily find like an even longer one. So I can find if I can find a good place for this, I can just sort of hang it up. Otherwise, yeah, that's the reason why I did it. So then, because that was my whole thing with the I'm watching myself on the computer, and I should be looking at the cameras over here, and the computer is over here. I have to get used to that. I'm sorry. So the whole thing with the old kitchen scale is that I could barely read the readout because whatever I put on top of it kind of semi-blocked the readout, and I could only pour out like 1 kilogram of grain at a time because of the size of the bucket that I had to use that wouldn't obscure the... So anyway, that's why external display was super important. Here's the actual... Oh, it's actually pretty hefty. That's nice. I was kind of worried that it would be kind of plastic crap because it was pretty cheap, but it's nice and hefty. Looks good. That is plastic. But there's definitely metal inside there, probably all the resistive stuff. Oh, and the other thing that was really cool about this one is that it can run off the power brick. So just a little AC power brick. I'm again trying to show it to the computer. I'm used to the computer having if I'm doing streaming. But it can also run on AA batteries, so which are in there. Whoops. Take that little piece of plastic out. Pop the battery out. Pop this back on. So yeah, it'll run on either batteries or wall power, which means I can just put it anywhere I want without having to worry about it being near a power socket even, which is great because the power sockets in the actual brewing area are usually have something brewing related. There's just not a lot of power sockets out here in the brew house. That's one of the things I would change for sure. Plug this in here if I can. Where does it plug in here? Yes. Let's do tare. Okay, and it's set to it's set by default to pounds. All right, mode, kilograms, grams. What other is this? Okay, so pounds, ounces, and grams. So we're gonna just set it to. Yeah, like seriously, it's a really nice little unit. It's that can also just kind of sit off to the side, or of course, yeah, I can mount it up on the wall if I put it somewhere permanently. So yeah, let's put my beer stein on it. See how much. Weighs about 821 grams. All right, 821 grams. Do I have anything that I know what it weighs? That's a good question. That's a really good question. Something that I know what it weighs. Probably the scientific-minded of you out there are screaming if you're watching this somehow. If anybody knows science that actually watches my videos, they're probably screaming at some way to actually do this. But what I will do is I will take this here 44 centiliter can of Guinness, and it should weigh just over 440 grams with the can. So yes, 461 is what it weighs. That should be pretty, although 20 grams of aluminum. Oh, I guess there's a little widgety do in there too. But I think it's pretty. Actually, I know once I actually get the grain out, I know what my little bucket can usually have in it. So that should be a pretty good. I'll just turn it off for now. All right, well, that's a cool scale. I thought about like making a video about. I'm like, what are you gonna make a video about buying a cheap postage scale and weighing things on it? That seems ridiculous. So we'll just keep it to a little stream video here. I don't know what this is gonna be, if I'll even release it. But the whole point of it is that I wanted to know, I have some Pilsner malt, which I need to order more Pilsner malt. And I wanted to know how much I actually have, because I am leaving in 3 weeks. Is it exactly 3 weeks? No, it's actually a little less than 3 weeks now, I think, that we're leaving for the U.S. to go visit, and for my birthday there. It's my birthday in August, and it's a round birthday. We're not going to talk about which one, but it's my birthday, so we're going to go and I'm going to go out and have that with the fam. So I was going to brew a beer that I should have brewed last weekend because I wanted to try and get it done so I could take some. I was going to do a black IPA with Bell's house yeast. And then I didn't brew it last weekend, and I've got a really late start today, so I'm not sure if I'm actually going to brew it today or not. But my vacation starts next week. So, and I have a few days of vacation because we've got guys that are going to be working on the roof. I mentioned it in the other video, but we're having half the roof replaced because it's starting to leak, and there's some rotted out supports that need to be switched out. So, yeah, so I got a few days off before that happens. But anyway, the point being, I'm not going to brew the black IPA, I don't think, because we're going to be gone for like 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks, yeah, almost 2 weeks exactly, maybe. And I don't want to, like, I basically won't be able to get the black IPA won't be drinkable before I go, and I don't want to bottle too much of it. Like, I'm not going to be able to take much of it with me because we're going there. We're only taking one suitcase going there. Because we have a bunch of suitcases over there that we're going to bring back probably. That's a whole thing that if you don't travel to the U.S. much, it becomes a whole luggage juggling act where sometimes you need more luggage, so you keep luggage there, and it's a thing because the airlines charge you for friggin' luggage now, and it's expensive as balls. So if you don't like absolutely need like if you're going for Christmas and you're taking a lot back, then you just take more. Anyway, never mind. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'm not gonna do the black IPA because it'll be done like just in time for us to leave it for like 2 weeks. I don't really want to do that. So I think what I'm gonna do is I want to know how much Pilsner malt I have because I want to brew then some lagers, because then they will literally be ready to be going in the keg, and then they'll just condition while I'm gone. And then when I get back at the end of August, I'll have a big batch of lager. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 30-liter batch, and then I'm going to split that into 2 kegs and do pressure fermentation on them. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do. I have a packet of Diamond Lager yeast, and then I have a packet of Nova Lager. And I was considering doing warm lager fermentation under pressure for the Diamonds, and then Nova just regular fermented, but at the same temperature, and then conditioning them, and then seeing like if there's a difference. It's a lot of variables. It's more because I want to just ferment them at the same time than it is to actually do any kind of like cool experimentation with them. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a split batch of in 2 corny kegs, and pitch Diamond in one and Nova in the other, and then. Get those. I think I'll try and brew that maybe next weekend, and then they'll go into a keg and they'll just go straight in the keezer, and they'll sit there for 2.5 weeks while I'm gone. That'll be better than letting the black IPA just sort of sit. So without further ado, let's first move the whole camera rig over here. I think I said in the last video that. I can't see myself. I have to move the computer to, which actually isn't super optimal. So I'm just gonna do this so I can see like what you can see. That seems fine. That seems fine. So dejected. All right. It's also just hot as balls today, so I don't really feel like brewing. It's also like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I wouldn't be done until I want to get a fire going. I've got some whatchamacallit. I got some why am I saying whatchamacallit all the time now? Like I'm back in high school. I got some commercial beers. Jeez. Find your words, man. I got some commercial beers that I kind of need to use up, or I want to drink before we go. And I know that next weekend is the Pilsner Festival, so I'll probably go to that with some friends. So yeah, I might as well drink up my commercial beers now. Or no, actually, next weekend we're going to a brewery on an island. It's a really cool brewery. I hope so, anyway. If the weather is okay, and then visiting some family over on the west side before we leave, kind of doing like my birthday in Denmark. I think is going to be the vibe. But all right, so I got some Pilsner malt down here, and is that going to work? Is that going to work out? That is going to work out. All right. So I got some Pilsner malt, and of course, where's my scoop? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna get my scoop. All right, we're gonna turn this on. This bucket should take about 2 kilos, like perfectly. So let's see what it'll actually. Oh yeah, that's so nice having it. I mean, gotta move it because it's in direct sunlight. But oh, that's so nice to just have the display off to the side. It's like small upgrades like that I find are really cool. I mean, it's been years where I used the other one, where I had to like work around the fact that the display was built in and I could barely see it, and then all it took was what, 50 bucks to upgrade, and it's just so much nicer like this. So small upgrades. But I'm also one of those people who I'm just one of those people who is like, yeah, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, even if it would be much easier to use. Okay, so we're over 2, but it's almost full. So it doesn't look like we actually have. I don't have that much Pilsner malt left, unless I've got some hiding somewhere, which I don't think. Okay, so we're at 2,500 grams. Again, the scale, I guess I can just trust it out of the box. There's no way to calibrate it, I don't think. I'd have to go back and look at that little scrap of paper, but I didn't see any calibration possibilities. All right, so we're at 2680. Let me get it to 27 real quick. Come on. Oh, all right, go to 27. There we go, 2,700, and then there's just a little tiny bit at the end. Let me just grab another container. I use these like IKEA bins to put like grain and stuff in. This is where I like put. This is usually where I mix recipes up and then run them through the grain mill. Put that there. All right, let's see what else. I've been using these. These dog food containers from Biltema here in Denmark. I guess they're all over. I think they're all over Northern Europe, but they work really well for storing grain. They can't have a full 25 kilo sack in them, but they can have most of a 25 kilo sack in them. 283, so about 3 kilos. It's just about 3 kilos. That is not nearly as much as I was hoping for. I was hoping for 5, but what are you gonna do? The only problem with these things is that they're pretty cheap. I mean, just like price wise and like build quality wise. I have a bunch of, I've got almost an entire full one of those with pale ale. So we might have to do like a slightly non-standard lager, but I'll just write this really quick. Write 3 kilos on there. Dump that in there. Grab the lid. Yeah. 3 kilograms pills. Yeah. Do I have any other cool grain? Do I have any other pills anywhere? Not necessarily. It doesn't necessarily have to be cool. Yeah, so the brew house is just kind of a mess. I think I mentioned that at some point. This has been going on for 30 minutes. Is this what live streams are like? Is this how you live stream? I've got some flaked corn. That could be nice. What's this? Who are you? Who are you? What are you? Are you a spider? Get off me. Damn spider. What are you? Biscuit malt. What the heck is that from? What are you? What are you? Cookie malt. Alright, fair. How about... Oh, you're chocolate. Okay. Well, none of you are Pilsner malt. What about you? I think you were where the Pilsner malt used to live. You are. Alright, so that actually is all the Pilsner malt that I have. Yeah. Might end up... Oh, I forgot my beer. Might end up having to do... might end up having to do a... yeah. Pilsner malt, a pale ale malt lager, so that's not too bad. You know what? I'm gonna kill this. I think this was a good test. Nobody showed up, which I actually didn't expect anybody to show up. So, but yeah, this is a good test, and I got my scale out, and cool. Maybe that'll be maybe I'll get a video out of this somehow. Future stuff. So I mean, literally, the reason that I'm testing this out, this whole new streaming thing, where I can kind of pick the camera up and I can walk around, and I can sort of set the camera down and still walk around, and you can hear me, is because I want to probably start doing more live brew days. Just in general, videos, I haven't had the time because of work and just so many other projects to do edited videos. And I feel like I basically can't do a brew day without doing an edited video. So I'm like 4 brew days behind on actual like videos. So in order to keep like actually documenting or making videos about brewing, because nobody wants to watch the like beer reviews things, I want to start doing maybe some more live streaming. So then I can just live stream the brew day. If I somehow miraculously find 1,000,000 hours of free time, I can cut the live stream up, I guess, into a video. Otherwise, I think it'd really help me out to do live streams for brew days, because brew days are a real pain in the ass to do, are a real pain in the ass to film, because you got a lot going on a brew day, and then you have to move cameras around and all that other stuff, and it's loud and whatnot. So it'd be better if I could just do a live brew day and then like do the tasting as a video that doesn't, I mean, tasting videos don't really require that much editing, because you can just sit and stare at the camera and drink beer. Oh, this has definite characteristics of Ullensee and Pilsner and the terroir. Anyway, that's probably what this is going to be all about. But I don't know if I'll be able to live stream before I leave for the US. Otherwise, this setup will also possibly be of use for me in the US. I'm going to be taking like my gear and stuff, like my microphones and obviously cameras and stuff, and probably do some videos in the US, hopefully with my brother. We're going to be going to some breweries, some that I've been to a few times, hopefully some new ones, and just do some cool travel video, something different, something I haven't done in a really long time, as any basically traveling content, because I haven't done beer traveling or anything for a long time, since way before COVID. So I don't know. All right, I'm gonna shut this down before anybody actually shows up and sees me. But yeah, like and subscribe or whatever. See ya.